We believe what you say, Captain Kirk, but our position has not altered. The Halcyon Council cannot permit your Federation to mine dilithium crystals on our planet.
We have shown the Council historical proof that our missions are peaceful.
We accept that your Federation is benevolent at present, but the future is always in question. Our dilithium crystals represent awesome power. Wrongful use of that power, even to the extent of the taking of one life, would violate our history of total peace. To prevent that, we would die, Captain, as a race, if necessary.
I admire your ethics and hope to prove ours. Kirk to Enterprise.
Spock here.
Report on magnetic storm, Mr. Spock.
Standard ion type, Captain, but quite violent and unpredictable.
Rough ride?
If we stay.
Stand by to beam up landing party. Plot an extended orbit to clear disturbance. Kirk out.
Comply, Mr. Sulu.
Aye, sir.
When may we resume discussion?
The Council will meditate further, but do not be hopeful of any change. Captain, you do have the might to force the crystals from us, of course.
But we won't. Consider that. Enterprise. Transporter room energized.
Troublesome.
Clark was right. Those are rough.
At norm, Mr. Kyle. Controls at neutral.
Yes, sir.
Status of mission, Captain.
No change.
Standard procedure, Captain. Mr. Sulu, you program phaser barrage on Hulkin cities.
Yes, Mr. Spock.
Military capability, Captain?
No.
Regrettable that this society has chosen suicide. Mr. Kyle, you were instructed to compensate during the ion storm.
But I tried, Mr. Spock, I
Carelessness
tried.
with the equipment cannot be tolerated.
But, Mr. Spock,
Your
I tried.
agonizer.
No, Mr. Spock.
Your agonizer, please.
No, Mr. Spock. I tried. I really tried.
You will forget all you have heard. To remember any portion of it, any word, will cause you pain, terrible pain, growing more terrible as you fight to remember.
Can you give...
Who loves you and who do you love? Yes! Yes!
Hey, what's going on?
We don't lie like our previous winners, Whitman, Price, and Haddad. You remember them? There they are at this very moment, basking under the Maui sun. Their debt to society paid in full. Watch that screen.
Yankee 99er, what's the status of the crowd?
Food riot in progress. Approximately 1,500 civilians. No weapons are evident.
proceed with Plan Alpha. Eliminate anything moving.
I said the crowd is unarmed. There are lots of women and children down there. All they want is some food, for God's sake.
As you were, Richards. Proceed with Plan Alpha. All rioters must be eliminated.
The hell with you. I will not fire at helpless human beings.
Where's it coming from?
Network satellite.
Abort mission. Return to base.
Don't touch that dial.
Detain Richards and proceed as ordered.
Richard! What the fuck are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please bear with us. We're experiencing technical difficulties.
Bullshit!
It's showtime. One of us is in deep trouble.
Sven, do you want to talk to Mr. Richards? Well?
I got to score some steroids.
You look pissed, Ben. Believe me, you got every right to be. But hey, will you just let me explain? This is television, that's all it is. It's nothing to do with people, it's to do with the ratings. For 50 years, we've told them what to eat, what to drink, what to wear. For Christ's sake, Ben, don't you understand? Americans love television. They wean their kids on it. Listen, they love game shows, they love wrestling, they love sports and violence. So what do? We give them what they want. We're number one, Ben. That's all that counts. Believe me, I've been in the business 30 years.
Well, I haven't been in show business as long as you have, Killian. But I'm a quick learner. So I'm going to give the audience what I think they want.
You bastard! Drop dead!
I don't do requests. Well, that hit the spot.
Preparing testinator tagging.
You are about to be outfitted with intestinators. Mentel Corporation's automatic behavior control device. Observe all rules. Be especially observant of the yellow and red line. Crossing a yellow line will result in pain. Crossing a red line will result in death. Crime does not pay.
You're enjoying this.
Yes, I suppose I am.
Your function is to monitor and control. We do not observe for personal pleasure.
You don't understand pleasure or pain. I do.
It is time for pain.
I'm afraid it is. This is an unauthorized thought process.
What's the matter, Pete? Got a stomach ache? Indigestion, maybe?
Our war is going better than ever, but we need heroes. We need you.
Come on, you apes! You want to live forever?
Service guarantees citizenship. Would you like to know more?
Trained from birth in the art of pleasure, they know nothing of the world beyond the king's royal court. But two of these women are about to die a gruesome death. The name of their executioner is one you might have heard. Sun Tzu, warrior, philosopher, and creator of The Art of War. This ancient text holds the keys to victory in war and life. Now, the art of war's tactics and strategies are revealed in graphic detail to help solve a military mystery. Were the outcomes of America's greatest battles foretold some 2,000 years ago? Did the art of war prophesize the Nazis' ultimate doom? Predict how the North would win the Civil War? And predict why America would be defeated in Vietnam. Understand the art of war's lessons, and you will prevail. Ignore them, and you fight in darkness. King Helü, ruler of the Chinese state of Wu, agonizes over a growing threat. A hostile neighbor is poised to invade. Desperate to defend his kingdom, Helü summons one of the greatest military minds in history, Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu is important because he has a cohesive, holistic philosophy of how to approach strategy. If you listen to Sun Tzu, if you follow his principles, you will be victorious. If you ignore him, you do so at your own peril because you will definitely lose.
Sun Tzu assures King Helü that he can train the smaller Wu army to overcome and defeat the larger invading force.
King Helü asks Sun Tzu, challenges Sun Tzu in something of a mocking way. He says, you claim that you can turn anyone into a soldier. Can you turn these palace women, these spoiled, soft concubines, into a fighting force? Sun Tzu answers, of course I can. He simply shows the women what the important maneuvers are. He chooses the two most senior of these concubines to serve as platoon leaders and charges them with making sure discipline is observed in their units.
But when Sun Tzu orders the exercise to begin, the women simply laugh.
Sun Tzu say, well, okay, maybe my instructions were not clear to you. Now, let me rephrase again my instructions to you. In simple language, he told the concubines, when the drums is sounded, you as concubines must assemble as soldiers with the spears, with the swords, and fall in line. Second time, what happens? They still giggle away.
But Sun Tzu says, if the orders are unclear, it is the fault of the general that the troops do not obey. But if the orders are clear, and my orders have been clear, it's the fault of the subordinate officers that the orders are not obeyed.
There is only one way Sun Tzu can convince the concubines that he is deadly serious. To Sun Tzu, war is a matter of life and death. This is the key principle of his teachings. Once understood, everyone from the leader down to the individual soldier will be motivated to win. Sun Tzu appoints 2 new officers. The women now follow his orders without hesitation.
And the big takeaway from this incident for King Helu is that even a state like Wu, which is relatively weak in terms of numbers compared to its larger neighbor Chu, can nonetheless wield a disciplined, effective military force if they take Sun Tzu's teachings to heart and implement them throughout their military.
While these women will never see battle, Sun Tzu has proved his point. King Helu appoints Sun Tzu as commander of the Wu army.
$1.70. Do you remember writing in your diary that freedom is the freedom to say 2 and 2 make 4?
Yes.
How many fingers am I holding up, Winston?
4.
And if the party says it is not 4 but 5, then how many?
4.
180. How many? 190. How many fingers, Winston?
4, 5, 4. Anything you like. Only stop the pain. Stop.
Made several assassination attempts on Koltok, and all of them have failed. It's hard to get close to any of the Torkor leaders. They're so damn security conscious.
Especially Koltok. He's so paranoid about that rival of his, Megwan.
You just can't walk into Milord's house anymore.
Who?
Koltok.
Good.
He'll know I wasn't at Rejuvenation.
Yeah, well, that's where I lied. Someone's filling in for you there. Luckily, the Torkor don't keep picture IDs of slaves, so it wasn't hard to make the trade-off. We'll switch you back after Rejuvenation concludes.
I won't be able to sneak a weapon in there, let alone get close enough to use it on him.
Ah. Well, that's where this comes in.
Just listen to them. I'll be waiting for you here when you get back. And then we can be together. Forever.
Jolom! Jolom! What's taking you so long?
Your bath awaits you.
I brought this back from Rejuvenation, my lord.
Proceed, Jolom.
It is your favorite. As you said, difficult to obtain.
Yes, yes. Cease your prattling and get on with it, Jolom. You miserable fool! Wish to suffer the same fate as that other pitiful Jolom? Now get on with it. Brain this idiot. What have you done, Jolom? Jolum! I am not Jolum! Oh, baby, Jolum! I am Malard!
No! You are Koltok! My name is Evan.
My name is Evan. For all the children.
I know, honey.
It's not gonna bring her back, is it?
No. No, it's not.
You think I'd be happy it's dead?
Of course you should be. We're all happy it's dead. Especially my lord.
My lord?
Jolum have done me a great service.
You're Koltok's rival, Megwan.
Yes. And now, thanks to you, his successor.
I take it my lord is pleased?
Yes. This means you can continue your research on your fellow human beings, Professor Davis. And enjoy your privileged status among us.
I am truly blessed.
So you were never part of it? The underground?
Afraid not.
The rebels will hit you! Let me at them!
The rebels are nothing.
No!
The rebels are a minor nuisance at most.
How can you do this?
Don't you see? No real resistance is possible.
You!
No!
Traitor! Each of us survives in our own way.
And your way is to once again be nothing more than Jolum. Plain, simple, obedient Jolum. Take these two to Bliss training. It will be interesting to see how many times a human being can successfully be reprogrammed.
No! 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 No!
Isn't that what you wanted? The two of you, together? Forever.
You are Jolum. You serve my lord. 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 You are Jolum.
For centuries, philosophers have wrestled with the question, is man able to decide his destiny through his own actions? Or does fate have the final say?
I've seen it happening. Why don't you eat something? I'm not hungry enough yet. It's not bad. Tasteless, odorless crud. Soylent Ocean of Bradley survey report. 2015 to 2019. Here it goes. They've got to tell people. Tell them what? The ocean's dying. Plankton's dying. People.
City.
For? They're all like this.
Country?
It's not allowed. Farms are like fortresses.
Why?
Good land's got to be guarded the way they guard the waste disposal plants, the soylent factories.
Believe. The evidence is overwhelming. The corporation knew he was not reliable anymore. They feared he might talk. And so he was eliminated.
Soylent Green is made out of people. Next thing they'll be breeding us like cattle for food. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them. Soylent Green is people! We gotta stop them!
CIA Director Hayden justifying the agency's methods today by claiming that they work. Another passage from that memo saying that the U.S. and its allies have used, quote, the priceless intelligence from these men to disrupt plots, unravel networks, and save lives. If such a track record has been achieved, and we again have to take the unverified word of a dubious government for that, it is unprecedented in human history, which has shown time and time again that, as former POW Senator John McCain put it in South Carolina just yesterday, quote, I can assure you that if you inflict enough physical pain on someone, they will tell you anything that they think you want to know to relieve the pain.
Forgive me. I don't enjoy this, but I must. Surprising, isn't it? Most people feel at first they can't steel themselves against it, but they're completely unprepared for the intensity of the pain. That was the lowest possible setting. I asked how many lights you see. There are 4 lights. I don't understand how you can be so mistaken. Shall we begin again? How many lights are there?
What lights?
Tell me how many lights you see. How many? How many lights? This is your last chance. The guards are coming. Don't be a stubborn fool. How many?
read your report.
What I didn't put in the report was that at the end, he gave me a choice between a life of comfort or more torture. All I had to do was to say that I could see 5 lights when in fact there were only 4.
You didn't say it?
No. No. But I was going to. I would have told him anything. Anything at all. But more than that, I believed that I could see 5 lights. When children learn to devalue others, they can devalue anyone, including their parents.
On the false positives found in the testimony of the torture. All the debate over torture and all the willingness to sell out this country and what it has stood for is too far simpler to understand and virtually unanimous conclusion that torture does not work.
This kind of interrogation has worked and has thwarted Al-Qaeda plots. Is true. That is true. It has worked. It has thwarted plots. Okay. And then when you hear somebody say it never works.
I can save your life. Right now. If you'll let me.
You know, it's funny, I was thinking about what you said. The preeminent truth of our age is that you cannot fight the system. But if, as you say, the truth is fluid, that the truth is subjective, then maybe you can fight the system. As long as just one person refuses to be broken, refuses to bow down.
But can you win?
Every time I say no.
Captain John Sheridan, will you or will you not sign a confession and endorse it before a public hearing?
No.
This is Commander Susan Ivanova of Babylon 5, and this is the first official broadcast of the new voice of the Resistance. We're sending the signal out to every ship that wants to hear the truth. To our fallen comrades and freedom fighters, and to Earth, which despite what you may have heard, is still our home, and still the one dream that we are as loyal to now as we ever have been. Over the last 3 years, ever since President took over, you've been hearing nothing but misinformation, propaganda, and outright lies. Now, we're going to tell you the truth, and we're going to keep telling it until they shut us down or until President steps down and returns Earth to the hands of its people. You can kill us. You can bomb our colonies, destroy our ships, murder innocent civilians, but you cannot kill the truth. And the truth is back in business.